Hello everybody, welcome to the video, welcome to my channel. I finally got Wratchet and the RV to the Ram Off-Road Park in Colorado Springs. This was the first test pulling the trailer with the RV, and honestly all of that went really well. It didn't have any problems pulling the trailer. So this was going to be a big day. One of the biggest things I wanted to do here was play around with a drone that I got. This drone is supposed to be able to track Wratchet, so I was really looking forward to doing that. So the first stuff that you're going to see here is me playing around with the drone and catching some footage before I even took Wratchet off the trailer. However, as soon as I got there, the winds were so bad that just in these test flights, the drone kept telling me land, excessive winds. It was not liking the wind at all, which I understood. It was really, really windy. So that was a bit of a damper because I knew I wasn't going to be able to experiment with tracking Wratchet, which I really wanted to do. So that was kind of a big bummer, but you know, I got to do what I got to do. There's a little overlook of the track that I'll be on here in a second. And then that mountain in the background is Pikes Peak. The highest part there with the little white caps, that is actually Pikes Peak. So I wanted to grab that because that's pretty cool. So what happened here is I had a good time. Wratchet performed really well, but the weather turned south on me pretty quickly. I thought I was going to be there all day from 8 to 5 and really get to do a lot of testing or get comfortable on the track with Wratchet and really start to push his limits. But what ended up happening is by about 12:30, 1 o'clock, it's about 10 o'clock right here. By about 12:30, 1 o'clock, it started to rain, which it wasn't supposed to do. And then after the rain, it turned into snow, pretty aggressive snow actually. So I ended up having to leave at about 1:45 because everything was getting muddy, and I just wasn't expecting to be in windy, snowy conditions. So the day was a bit of a bust actually, but I did manage to grab some of this footage, the footage you're looking at here. Just anytime I went out, I had the GoPros on, and like I said, I was really wanting to get some drone footage, but that didn't happen. The trip wasn't as great as I thought it would be, but I did grab some, and I want to share that with you because Wratchet did actually perform really well. Like I said, I didn't even have enough time to actually start getting comfortable out on the track, but I was still hitting the jumps that were the same as the last time I was there. The track has changed a little bit since the last time I was there, so there were some jumps that I wasn't comfortable with. I know some of these I would have hit later on in the day, but like I said, the trip got cut a little bit short. So I'm not going to talk over all of this video, but I wanted to show you guys what I did get, because the time that I did spend out on the track was pretty fun. And of course, these videos don't do it justice. Some of the jumps, not these here, these are like what I would call standard jumps for this track, but there's a couple of jumps that when you hit them, well, I tell you, you just feel like you're flying over the moon. One issue I am having, and I'm open to suggestions on this, is my throttle pedal. You'll hear in some of the audio, you'll hear the throttle flipping really, really quickly. And what's happening is, as Wratchet's going over the bumps, it's transferring into my foot, and my foot's kind of bouncing a little bit on the throttle pedal, and the throttle pedal is so sensitive that just those little tiny movements are getting transferred all the way to the throttle body. So I don't know if I can program some of that out through the AEM, because it is drive by wire, but at the same time I don't really want to, like, I don't want to soften up the pedal much, so I need to figure out what I'm going to do there, because it is annoying. In some of these areas where I'm just trying to set up for the jump, or if I'm just cruising, this is one of my favorite parts right here. When you make this turn, this is a good drop off. And then when you turn here, this is the biggest jump. Those two jumps there are my favorite. That first one, once you come out of that turn, it just feels humongous. Anyways, I need to come up with a way to try to make the throttle a little bit more manageable. I haven't really put much effort into that yet, but I'm going to have to, because like in situations like this where I'm just trying to cruise, if I'm going over any bumps, it's actually difficult because it makes the throttle real jumpy. But I'll stop talking so you guys can just watch and listen. strategically parked the RV here so that it was blocking the wind. So I learned that if I kind of nuzzle up next to it, right here, I had the most protection from the wind, so that was kind of nice. Now I threw in these are just shorter clips of the jumps, because I don't think this camera angle is as entertaining as the one inside, where you can see more of where I'm going and what's going on. But some of these are cool because you can see the suspension. You can see more of what the suspension's doing over the jumps, so sometimes that's kind of cool. So all in all, kind of a bust, not to be a Debbie Downer, but I expected this day to last a lot longer, and the weather shut me down completely. But I did get out there. The trailering went well, so that was all a success, and Wratchet performed really well. I didn't have any problems with Wratchet. The problems I had was with the weather. So that was good. He's ready to go. Aside from they all need a good cleaning out. He drove home in a snowstorm, so everything needs a cleaning. But Wratchet's ready to go. He didn't have any problems. The engine was running much better after those changes I made. It only burbled once or twice, and it was much less severe than last time. So all in all, aside from being cut short, the trip was a pretty good success. So thanks for watching.